This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so let's create the different GL accounts now. So cache is already created. Now what we will do is we'll create the other GL accounts. So what is the logic? What is the T code for GL creation? In which T code we'll create the GLs?
FS00.
Right. FS00 is where you create GL account. And currently, remember whatever the GL account that we are creating. So we will create with the standard, you know, the standard functionality, wherein you are not going to use different soft keys, different field status groups. So we will be going with the same soft key, same field status group for all the GL accounts for the time being to avoid any confusion. Later, once you are comfortable with this, you can switch or change different soft keys, different account, your field status groups based on the nature of account. But until you are comfortable, strictly follow with the same nature of your categories for the GL account. Okay. Now, first thing, so since cache is already created, let us create the purchase account. What will be the number I need to take for purchases?
420.
So here for purchases we have already considered a number. On the same number you need to create a master data or the GL account. Exactly this is how you will follow even in a project. So it is not your choice that any number you will pick from this series and create. No. You strictly have to pick the next available number and create a GL account. So first step is to copy this GL account number from the Excel sheet. Go to SAP, click on this create icon here. You'll find here create icon, right? In case if you are not finding your FS00 screen like this, you'll have to go to settings on the menu. You will find hierarchy display. Click on this. If you click on this, you will find two options. Do not display the navigation tree. Display the accounts in a navigation tree. Now, if you take this display account in a navigation tree, you will find a tree here. If you do not want this, then you will find the FS00 screen in a different way, for which I will have to reopen the T code. Now you don't find any tree here, right? Now, whichever the way you feel that it is easy, you follow that, right? So instead of this, this is more recommended. Like if you go in the hierarchy way, because you can see all other GL accounts in a single screen. Just go back. Whenever you switch that, open this FS00 once again. So here, if you don't find your company code, so here you'll find the option called company code. Is this your company code? No, right? So this is PMTC. What is our company code? What is our company code?
TMIL. TMIL.
So if you wanted to switch this PMTC to TMIL, here you cannot edit this. On the left hand side, so here is where you have all the controls. And here you need to find for an icon which says switch or change company code, which is this one. You will find change company code, right? If you click on this change company code, right, you will get the pop-up asking you to input the company code. Now this one is editable. I will delete this. I will insert my company code TMIL. Then I'll say OK. When you say OK, this company code will reflect here. I'm saying OK. Now here if you see it has become TMIL. If I hit enter and if I click on create icon, now this will get changed here. I click on create. Now, input the GL account 420000 and you're creating this in TMIL company code. Say OK. Now this is changed here to Tata Motors India Limited. Now what is this 420000? What will be the description of this? What will be the GL
Yes.
description?
Purchases.
Purchases, right? So we need to create a 400 and purchase. Copy the description purchases. Go to SAP. Simply put the description in short text, long text, and this control in chart of account is very important. So GL account type. What is the nature of this purchase? Is it a balance sheet or P&L?
PNL.
Is this a balance? It's a P&L account.
PNL,
In
sir.
S4 HANA,
PNL.
how many categories? Correct. Correct. In S4 HANA, how many categories we have for P&L? Is it one category or three categories?
Three, sir.
How many categories we have for P&L? We have three. Alright. So which are those three for P&L?
Three.
Correct. What are those three?
Non-operating, primary cost, secondary cost.
Right. When do we select non-operating? When non-operating to be used?
For expense or income.
But what all the three are for P&L only, right?
Right.
All three are for P&L only. But when exactly you need to use non-operating or N category, when to use this? So is it my wish? Like
Ba-
I can use anything? No, right?
no. Based on the nature of transaction. Nature of the GL.
Correct. So non-operating means if you are creating a P&L account which is not relevant for CO. So when we say which is not relevant for CO, this GL account will not update any cost object. Now when we talk about cost object, we are talking about for time being the cost object for us is your cost center or internal order. Clear? So for our cost center or internal order, we will not transfer the amount. So that is what your non-operating expense means. The non-operating will stay strictly in the FI module. It will never go to CO module. Clear? In short, if you want this purchases to be reflected in CO module, so this has to be created as what? GL should also be treated as what?
element.
Cost element, right? In ECC, what happens? Your GL master data, cost element master data, are they same or different in ECC?
Different.
Different. Where do you create a GL account in ECC?
Same transaction. FS00.
FS00, right? Where do you create cost element in ECC?
Same transaction.
No, there is a dedicated T code for cost elements in ECC. Anybody remember? Which begins with KA?
Yes.
KA.
KA01.
KA01. So in ECC, if you wanted to transfer any PNL amount or if you wanted to post or reflect any PNL transactions in CO, we need to create that PNL GL account as a cost element, right? In KA01, which is a dedicated transaction code in ECC to treat or to create a cost element. Whereas in S4 HANA, there is no separate T code for cost element creation. Your cost element is now strictly created in ECC, in your FS00. Now, since we are creating the PNL account, let us understand the differences even before we create the GL account so that it will be fixed in your mind. Let me open ECC. Not sure this is working. This is not working. Their HANA is also not working. Is also not working. Fine. So normally in ECC, what you will find here, you will find edit financial statement version, correct? Edit set time dependent attributes. So along with this, you will find something called edit cost element on this screen in ECC. If anybody remember or if anybody noticed, I'm not sure. So when we get ECC system working, that time I will show you the difference clearly side by side. So in ECC, you will have create cost element screen on the top like this. And in S4 HANA, this is removed, and that control is part of this your GL account type. If you select GL account type as N, if you select this GL account type as N, then this GL account is not relevant for CO, and this is not treated as a cost element. Pure FIGL account. Clear? Huh? If I select the P, primary cost or revenue, what does it mean? What does it mean if you select P? What is primary cost element? Anyone? What is primary cost element? What is secondary cost element? No idea. Amit?
Yes, Ajay. Yes, Ajay.
What is primary cost element? Secondary cost element?
Primary cost element reflect operating expenses such as payroll and selling expenses cost.
And what is your secondary cost element?
Secondary cost element is used for cost allocation.
Okay. Any other difference apart from this? What exactly,
Uh,
a single liner, if you have to tell, what is cost element of primary and cost element and secondary?
uh, well, I'm not really sure how we can
Okay.
elaborate.
Yeah. Nidhi, any idea? Any idea what is primary cost element? What is secondary cost element? No? What about Shivani or Srinivas?
Secondary maybe exclusively CO customers.
Right.
First,
Correct.
yes.
And primary?
Second, primary is revenue of something is there. I forgot, but
Okay. So in short, if you're talking about primary cost element, the expense origin is from FI module or from the accounting side. So any primary cost element that you do, you will book the expense from the financial transactions or from the accounting side. So what is the T code to book any transaction, any expense? Where do you book where exactly we book the expenses? Generally you book the expense from the GL side, correct? Agree? Can we book expense from the GL module? Yes, no? No? So in the GL module, we can book the expenses. Can I also book my expense through vendor? like vendor invoice.
Yes.
Yes, we can do that.
Can I include book the expense? Can I book the expense for the customer?
No. No.
No? Sure. So when you give a discount to a customer, is that a discount given or discount allowed with respect to customer?
Discount given.
Is discount given an expense or an income?
It's income.
Discount given.
Expense.
Discount given is an expense. Discount received is an income. So even if you are booking a transaction to a customer, you can still bring the expense GL account or expense cost element by way of your discounts. Right? Let's say you are delivering something to a customer wherein you are giving free delivery. Now, to whom it is free? The delivery is free for whom? It is free for a customer, right? Correct? Now, for you as a supplier, do you have to spend for the delivery? That whoever is going to deliver, do you need to pay something or not? Which is nothing but a freight or delivery cost. Yes, no?
Yes.
So which means you can book the expenses for a GL, for a customer, for a vendor also. Can we also book the expenses for an asset? For a fixed asset, can we book the expense? Yes, no?
Yes, yes, yes.
So even for a fixed asset, you can book the expense. Typically or most commonly, you will book all the expenses for an asset when the asset is a WIP asset or AUC asset. Correct? Because people might ask you in the interviews, or you may have to come across situations where you have to use the cost elements. So you have to be very confident in saying that the cost element we will use everywhere. Primary cost element, you can use it for GL, customer, vendor, your asset. How you will use for asset if somebody is raising a question, how you will use for customer if somebody is raising a question. You have to be confident to give your answer and convince them. Do not tell that I'm not sure or I don't know, I've not used before, I did not work on this scenario before. Stop this kind of answers. Right? So as much as possible, try to give a different example and try to convince the other person with your example. You're getting my point? That is what people will exactly look from you in any interview or in any project. So if you're able to convince the other person, you're halfway selected. Right? Now here the reason why we are specifying on this one is this is something people are nowadays asking in the interviews, like what are the GL account types and what changes are there from the GL module. Or when somebody is asking you the changes from ECC to HANA, this is one of the change you'll have to bring. So cost elements in S4 HANA are now created as part of FS00 GL creation. So no more separate master data in CO. No more separate master data for cost elements in CO. So whether it is FI related cost element or pure CO related cost element, it has to be part of your chart of account. It has to be part of your chart of account. So if you select the first one, so this expense account will never go to your CO because this is a non-operating expense or an income. Any non-operating expense or income is a not cost element, is not treated as a cost element, right? Now, if I change this, now let me be on this screen and I need to select the account. Which account group we were talking about? E420, right? So I'll have to pick E420. Where is E420? Here is your E420. If I go to control data, now what is the GL account type? Is this a cost element or not a cost element? Which one we picked here? Cost element, non-cost element?
Non-cost element.
This is a non-cost element and the changes will reflect in control data. Where will this reflect? it will reflect in your control data tab. If you go to control data, just look at the heading. What is this heading? Account control in company code. Now your cost element is a control in company code or is a control in controlling area? Cost element is part of FI or CO?
CO.
CO.
Cost element is part of CO. It's a blind answer. Straightforward. GL account is part of FI. Cost element is part of CO. Now look in controlling control data. Do you find any heading? Don't look at these areas. Look at these are all part of this heading. Account control in company code. Just ignore this. Account management in company code. Joint venture data in company code. That's okay. No, nothing related to controlling area. Correct? In control data, agree? No heading with respect to controlling. Now what I will do, I'll go and switch this N to P, primary cost or revenue. If I switch this, if I go to control data, account control is there, account management is there. Now, do you find anything called additional setting or additional heading added here? Account settings in controlling area,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
How this is getting added? This is getting added because you have selected GL account type P, which means when you're creating any GL master data, do not select whatever comes in your queue. So you have to be clear with the requirement. What is the nature of this GL account? What kind of transactions are posted? Because if you do not create a GL as a cost element, now you want to create as a cost element, no problem. You can create from any date. In case if you create this GL account as a cost element and you posted one or two entries, later you realized, this GL account is created by mistakenly as a cost element. Now that time we cannot change this GL account from primary to secondary or from primary to non-operating. Is that possible? Once the entry is posted, can we cancel the cost element setting? Is that possible
No,
or not possible?
No.
not
In
possible.
ECC, it is not possible, but what about in S4? Are you sure that it is not possible in S4? Because in ECC, cost elements are created in where? KA01,
01.
right? Where do you delete the cost element in ECC? KA04, correct?
Yes.
Now, first of
Correct.
all, let us check these T codes are available. KA01. So if I go to KA01, where system is taking me?
FS
FS 00.
FS00, which means KA01 is removed in S4 HANA. Agree? KA01 is removed in S4 HANA. Even if you type KA01, you are redirected to FS00, which means KA01, whatever you are trying to do, is now part of your FS00. That is what it means. Now, if I wanted to display a cost element, KA03. Now, KA03 is also taking me where? FS00, correct?
Yes.
Which means whether you wanted to create a cost element, change a cost element, display a cost element, go to FS00. Because for GL account, creation, change, and then display, everything is from FS00. You have create, display, change. Now, if I want to delete the cost element, what is the T code? In ECC, KA04. If I go to KA04. Now, if I go to KA04, what is it doing?
FS 00.
So, what it is telling? It is asking you to mark for deletion. But in ECC, this functionality is different. In S4 HANA, this
Yes.
functionality is different now.
Yes.
Whoever have seen this functionality in ACC, they will understand what I'm talking about. That there is a huge difference here.
Yes.
If somebody is asking you in any interview, do not tell that it is same and all, because there are huge differences here. And if you tell no, it is same, like have you worked on it, they may put a cross question. Are you sure? Have you deleted any cost element? You tell yes, I have done it. Then you're wrong. You have not worked on it, because there are differences here. And when you see this screen, the way you answer will change, right? So I'll give these kind of a scenarios once we are on the postings. I'll give these scenarios. Now, wherever possible, we will try to replicate that scenario in ECC, and we will put the same scenario in S4 HANA, wherein you will have a clear-cut understanding practically how ECC was behaving, how S4 HANA is now behaving. If somebody is asking you the changes, now this ECC to HANA changes is a mandatory question in every interview. Forget about interview, and you must be confident enough, or you must be in a position to handle wherever there are changes in HANA. Don't be confused. Don't directly go and Google it. You will never understand from Google. Try to understand from this screen with an example. Experiment on ECC, experiment on S4 HANA. That experiment will give you clear-cut points. Right? Now, so point, whatever I mentioned is understood, right? I create a cost element, but I did some postings. Now I realized I created this cost elements by mistakenly. Since there are postings, I cannot delete the GL account. Agree? In short, there is nothing called delete master data in SAP. Are you aware of it? Technically,
Yes.
you may delete the GL account, or technically you may delete the customer vendor, but in the back end, that GL account will have a delete indicator or a delete flag. It will have that track. You
Yes.
created this on this date, you deleted this, or you set for, or you marked for deletion on this date. So you're locking a number. What system will do it? It will go, if you deleted 5, it will go to 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it will display 6. It will skip 5 because 5 is marked for deletion, right? So this marked for deletion entries may not be part of your reports. So you have to be very sure when you wanted to delete any master data or any transaction data, because there is no delete option in SAP. When we talk about delete, you're talking about erasing. You cannot erase it. You can only put a mask for it. So you will find 4 faces, 5th face you will find a black mask. You will never see who is he or who is she, because you put on a mask for her. So that is how it represents. But the person will still be there, but with a mask. Assuming that you don't take, so this has been sold out or whatsoever. This person is not applicable now. So do not create left and right master data. Later, if you do any mistakes in your master data, you will find problems, you will find difficulties. Clear? Now, if I put primary cost element under control data, whatever you get here, you will have to look at the cost element category. What categories are coming? It is 1, 3, 4, 11, 12, 22. Correct? Which means in ECC, these cost element categories are same. In ECC, these cost element categories are same. And these are what cost element categories in ECC? What categories do we call? What are these cost element categories? Primary or secondary? So these are your primary cost element categories. In interview, people might ask you what are the primary cost element categories, or what categories do we use for creating a primary cost element. They literally expect you to talk about this, especially this 1 and 11, especially 1 and 11 and 12. 1, 11, 12 is where we use it, and they might also ask you what is 3 and 4. Don't tell the sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because these are not in sequence. So either you need to write down somewhere or remember only 1, 11, 12. Clear up? At least 1 and 11 you must remember. One is used for expense related cost element. 11 is used for income related cost element. Right? If I change this to S, and if I go to control data, I still have the controlling settings. If I open the drop down, now is it 1, 2, 3? No, right? It's a different cost element categories. Now, what are these cost element categories now? Anyone? What categories are these? Are they primary or secondary?
Second.
These are your secondary cost element categories. So these secondary cost element categories also people will ask you. Typically, you'll have to tell 21, 42, 43, 41. Because these are the only ones which we normally use for secondary cost elements. Now, let me close this. Understood, right? So you are not supposed to select whatever it comes here. You have to be very selective. You need to understand the requirement, only then pick the right one. Because in certain cases, it may not be possible to revert your changes. Once you save it, changes may not be possible if there is any transaction data. As long as there is no transaction, you can do changes, but you cannot delete. So remove the concept of deletion from your mind. There is, once you are creating something, once you are saving something, you cannot revert your changes, which means you cannot delete it. You can only amend it. You can only perform certain changes in it, but you cannot remove it completely. Not possible. So, which means before you create something, you have to be conscious, you have to be careful. Now, since this is a P&L account, currently we are not moving anything to the controlling side. So I'm selecting this as non-operating expense or income. If I go to control data, now that controlling settings will disappear. Why they are not reflecting here? What is the reason? What is the reason?
Reason is we are not selecting primary or secondary cost element.
Right. The reason is you did not select any primary cost element, any secondary cost element GL category. You have selected non-operating expense, which means it is not relevant for CO. It is not relevant for your controlling. So what here we will do is, so blindly until I instruct further, do not check any of this, straight away come down, give your soft key. Now people will also ask you what is the functionality of soft key. What is the functionality of soft key? Any idea, anyone?
So, based on what we give here, be it assignment number or posting date, the assignment field will get updated.
Correct. You're right. Let's say now you are creating the GL account for 420000, which is a purchase account. Now any transaction that you are posting for the purchase account, so whether you are debiting a purchase account or crediting a purchase account, so for your data entry screen or during your data entry transaction, you will find a field called assignment, which is visible for all the transactions. So in that assignment, normally we don't input anything manually. Assignment field is always substituted with the value of the GL master data. So from the GL master data, whatever you assign in the soft key, let's say you are sorting posting date, right? You are sorting by posting date. There are two functionalities for it. So if I select this posting date, option number one, or the first benefit of this is when you pull any report for purchases. What report are we talking about? We are talking about GL report for purchases. What is the GL report for purchases? Where can I pull the report for purchases? These are mandatory before we create GL accounts. That is the reason we are spending a little more time here. Where you will see the GL line items or ledger account balances, ledger line items, which T code you will see.
FBL3N.
GLL03.
There are two T codes, FBL3N and FAGLL03. Both are correct. Both are available in S4HANA. I go to FBL3N, GL account line item display. This is available in S4HANA. Same way, if I go to FAGLL03, this is also available in S4HANA. But remember, strictly you are supposed to use FAGLL03 in HANA. SAP recommends not to use FBL3N in S4HANA. Remember very clearly. SAP recommends not to use FBL3N because FBL3N will not pull the data from certain tables. So whatever the output you are getting from FBL3N may not be correct. But in short, if you look at any depreciation posting for an example, depreciation is a GL account of P&L, agree? Correct?
Yes.
So if you pull the depreciation, let's say that you have executed a depreciation and there are some 10 entries posted. Now, if I pull the depreciation account, how many entries I am supposed to see? 10 entries. Correct? If 10 entries are posted as part of your depreciation run, you are expecting a 10 entry details in the GL report or not? Yes, no?
Yes.
Now, if you go to FAGLL03, if you give, let's say, if I execute this, did you get anything here? No, right? Any output? It says no items is selected down below. What does it mean? When you get no items is selected, it means that there are no transactions to be displayed. That is what it means. Agree?
Yes.
So after posting some transactions, you are expecting some values to be reflected here, right? Let's say if I give any 0001, this is how you are expecting once the entry is posted in SAP, correct? Now, though there is an entry like this in this particular GL account, if you go to FBL3N, you may not be able to get any report. So these things I will practically show you once we have our own data in the system. We go to FBL3N. So FBL3N is also displaying, FHELL03 is also displaying 100 negative in FHELL03, 100 negative in FBL3N. Now both reports are showing correct value, agree? Correct? But for certain transactions, FBL3N will not pull the report. FBL3N will tell that there is no entry, or FBL3N will exclude certain entries and it will include only few entries. So which means FBL3N is not accurate in S4HANA. That is the reason even SAP recommends not to use FBL3N, strictly use FHGLL03 for any kind of GL reports. Okay. Now, why we came here? We came for the purpose of sort key, right? Now, whatever you are giving in sort key, there are two functionalities. Functionality number one, when you pull any report for this particular GL account, now let's say that there are some 10 entries. You don't want those 10 entries to be reflecting randomly, right? You want them to be sorted based on certain criteria, correct? Yes, no?
Right.
Now, whenever you pull that particular GL account, by default, your account will be sorted based on the GL master data sort key. If I give sort key as posting date, system will display entries based on the posting date. Based on the posting date, your report of the GL line item will be sorted. And the second criteria is whenever you are posting a transaction to any particular GL account. Let me show you this. So there is something called assignment field here. What value is there in the assignment here?
Posting
Date.
date.
This is date, right? If you go check this, this is here, and look at the date here. 23, sorry, posting date. Where is posting date? This is 23/08/2021. This is always updated in the assignment field reverse. This is your date, month, year format. Your assignment, it will come as year, month, date format. So 2021 is here, correct? Month is here 08 and your date is here 23.
Yes.
Your date is here 23. So whatever the assignment field that is getting filled up here is coming from this particular GL account. From this particular GL account, master data soft key. Whatever you input there, if that value is found on the transaction, it will be updated here. If system cannot find such thing on the document, it will leave it blank. But this assignment field, what is the main purpose of assignment field? Why do we use assignment field? Any idea, anyone? These are all subsequent questions that you may get, or the cross questions that you may get in the interviews. What is the functionality of your
clearing the-
assignment? Right. Assignment field is used for clearing the purpose. So clearing is applicable for all the GL accounts or for a particular GL accounts. What is the criteria for a GL account to be eligible for clearing? Can I perform clearing for any GL account? Or there is a criteria to perform a clearing?
Open
Anyone?
item checkbox should be enabled.
That is one point. Open item checkbox that valid. And there is one more point. The account must be P&L account or a balance sheet account. Now, for what kind of accounts can we enable open item? Is it for P&L accounts or balance sheet account? For any account?
Balance sheet item.
Balance sheet.
Only for balance sheet accounts you can enable open item, right? For the P&L account, open item tick box is not enabled, right? So that is one point. Zero zero one. I'll go back. Okay, so sort key we are giving 001, which means the report will be sorted based on the posting date, and all the transactions to this GL account will have posting date updated in the assignment field, correct? So currently there is one more change. If anybody can tell me, one field is disappearing from ECC to HANA. What is that field in this category? There is a tick mark that we put for all the GL accounts in ECC, which is not there in S4 HANA.
Yes, the line item display.
Line item, right? Line item display is missing in S4 HANA system. By default, line item is enabled for all the GL accounts in S4 HANA. You do not need to put or remove manually the line item checkbox in S4 HANA. If somebody is asking, these are all the points that you have to bring forward. So line item is not needed. Since this is a P&L account, open item is not relevant. So this is clearing specific to ledger groups. This is a new functionality in HANA. So in S4 HANA, in ECC, what happens? Your open item ledger specific clearings are not possible in ECC. Whereas in S4 HANA, if you tick this ledger specific clearing also you can do. You can clear only in leading ledger. you can keep it open in non-reading lecture. Right? So this we will see later, now not needed. And this is the only point so far in your control data. Only enable soft key 001. Go to create a bank interest and field status group. If you open the drop down, you will get this list from your OBC4 configuration. In OBC4, we have created field status variant for our company. So from that field status variant, there are multiple field status groups. Those groups will reflect here. Normally what happens, based on the nature of account, you will pick the relevant group here. Based on the nature of account, you will pick the relevant group here. Now let's say G001. Currently let's go only with G00 on all the GL accounts. But practically when you're creating any account, you'll have to go based on the GL account. If this is a purchase account, if this purchase account is a costing side or costing relevant, you may have to select cost account. You may have to select cost account. Right? If you're selecting any income related GL account, you may have to select revenue account. Similarly, whichever the category which suits more or which corresponds more, familiar, more close to that nature of transaction, you will pick that relevant group. If you are not sure, go with G001, general. So commonly used for any kind of a GL account. So currently let's go with G001. And the other settings are not needed now. So I'll explain when we come to that particular scenario. Now you can save this. Now purchase account is saved. So what else we will do is, we'll create salaries. Now you can create very quickly. Salaries, come here, give the salary account, go to type description, select salaries, and give salaries here. For now, we'll take everything as non-operating, and I'll select salaries, control data, only soft key 001, create a bank interest G001, save it. Clear? Clear, right? Now because whatever you have, everything is here on the Excel sheet. It is as simple as like you're doing a data entry. Click on create, give the GL account, the non-operating, because 4 series account group is 45. Come here, this is 45. What is this? Miscellaneous expenses. Control data, soft key, ignore all the other fields. This is G001. This is how you need to create GL master data. And rent 45, all zeros one. Add a new entry. So if we go reverse, G001 here, soft key here, non-operating. This is 45. This is your 45 operating. What is this? Rent. So next account is capital 251. Click on create 251. So capital is what? P&L or balance sheet?
Balance sheet.
It's a balance sheet. So select balance sheet account. This is 251. The logic is liability. Go to L series. L251. Give capital account. Give the description capital here. So soft key 001. We are not enabling open item anything as of now. So all the open item and other things, we will create a dedicated GL account with a practical scenario. Right? So that is where I'll make you understand when you need to create open item, what will be the functionality of it. 310, create 310. This is income, non-operating. So this is income. Go to I series. sales. This is sales, sale, topic is 001. This is G001. Correct? Sale. The last account is discount received. Create discount received P001. If you notice, I'm not looking at any other fields, right? I'm simply here create bank interest. I'm giving G001. Control data, I'm giving 001 posting date. Here I am giving the nature of account and account group 35. So I'll select I35. Account description I am giving discount receipt. Clear it. Now we are done with all the GL creations. So we'll stop here today. So tomorrow what we will do is, so I will tell you if I wanted to see all my GL accounts, what is the way to display the GL accounts, right? How do you display all the GL accounts? Is there any such T code in ECC to display all the GL accounts? And is there any such T code in S4HANA to display all the GL accounts? So I cannot go and expand all this like this, right? We have 500 GL accounts. Is it possible to expand and see 500 like this? Is this practically possible? No, right?
No.
I cannot see 500 GL accounts here, and I don't know how to see whether this is open item, line item, which group is assigned to this, what soft key is used by this. I have to select each account, go each. Is this a recommended solution? But a common expectation from every client to look at all the GL accounts, right? Then how do we pull all the GL reports? How do I pull all the master data of the GL accounts? This thing we will discuss tomorrow, and then straight away we will record a transaction. We will only simulate, we will understand whether the GL simulation, whatever we have done, is correct or not. So first point, whether that is correct from accounting side debit credit, and whether that is correct from your Tata Motors point of view, their reporting point of view, their requirements point of view, whether that accounting entry is correct or not. Right? We will see all the possible errors tomorrow before we post a document. Then only we will record one document tomorrow. Once we understand, okay, to post a transaction, these are all the valid points, or these are all the valid configurations we need to have in place. Only with that understanding, we will proceed to record the other transactions. Then we will pull the reports to make sure the same values are reflecting in SAP for your company code. Clear?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay then. So we'll connect at the same time tomorrow.
Thank you, Ajay.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Thank you.